Good evening, friends, and welcome to Littleport Christian Spiritualists Church, part of the new Christian Spiritualist Society. It is really wonderful to see everybody here. When we first hit the go live button, and I'm sitting there watching the people joining, it's always exciting to see all the names popping up. So hello Trace, and hello Kathy, and hello Margaret, hello Facebook user. And whoever you are, you're still very welcome. And hello, Anthony, of course. And hello to everyone who is watching and is choosing not to say hello. Don't have to, it's fine. But if you want to, you're more than welcome. And of course, hello to everyone that's going to be watching in the future, because we know that just because this is live, it doesn't mean to say that you're not going to be watching at another time. The internet might mess up, or you might be waiting for a shopping delivery. But we know that you're going to be here at some point, and therefore you are always welcome. And as I say that, people are encouraged to make a comment. So hello, Andrew, hello, Rebecca, hello, Nicola, hello, Edwina, and hello, Joanne. So it's lovely to see everybody here, and particularly on a night like tonight, because it is somewhat of a Littleport family affair. And I say that with all the best intentions, because I have some special news for our spiritual family, both far and wide. I said right at the very beginning of this online service back in March that we had been, of course, doing online work from the village hall for ages. It's been about 3 years, I think. And so we weren't completely unaverse to going online. But this format was something special and something different for us in the scope. And it's been so loved and so gratefully popular by those that wish to reach out to the world of spirit and be part of a wider family during this time of isolation. I have promised, as ever, that we will continue online services in one way, shape or another from here until the end of time itself, or at least until my internet connection runs out. But here's the thing, we're spiritualists, and a church needs to feel that physical connection. And so it is with great pleasure and joy that I can confirm that today I received paperwork from the village hall that is a part of the process of getting us back into that village hall on a Thursday night. The ball is rolling, it has begun. And for all of you that are watching online, don't worry, we're taking you with us. You will be there with us on a Thursday night in some way, shape or form that will be very similar to this, I'm sure. We've just got to work the technical bit out. But we're going home. We are going back to the village hall, and you're coming with us, each and every one of you. I'd like to thank you all that have supported this online church from its beginning, those that have joined us along the way, that have become part of the family, and those that are watching, like Sandra Chester tonight for the first time. You're coming with us. You're stuck with us now. And so, yeah, come the end of October, you won't be seeing my back office anymore. You'll be seeing that picture that you see at the beginning and end of every service of Littleport Village Hall. And so thank you to everyone who's been patiently waiting, and thank you to everyone who's kept me going spiritually, because you really are my rock each Thursday night. And I and all of us at Littleport and the New Christian Spiritualist Society are grateful for your endearing support and the community that has spread far and wide, all the way up to Bridlington with Pastures Green, our church up there. I know we have a lot of crossover episodes and a lot of crossover viewers. It's absolutely wonderful. And it just shows what a true community the spiritualist movement really is. And it's given spiritualism an opportunity to come together in a different way, but actually be louder, brighter and bolder, and certainly show the world that we are a force for good and a force to be reckoned with. And so, my friends, it now comes time to say hello to our medium for this evening, if she is still there and I haven't put her to sleep, because it's quite possible that I might have done. I know what I might. But I would like to confirm that I have only been talking for 3 minutes, which is a personal record for me, isn't it, Reverend Lynn, who's sitting there patiently waiting for her turn. So welcome to everyone. Thank you all for joining us. That's my special announcement. You can go to bed now, Penny. And let's welcome our friend and medium for the evening, the lovely Sue Breen. And of course, Pebbles. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good, good. We are glad to have you back, my darling. You are always and have always been a huge part of our church, be it online or in the actual village hall, including Pebbles, of course.
Yeah, she's having a little treat at the moment.
Oh, is
she'll
she?
be coming in, yeah.
I don't doubt it for a second. I know what she's like. Well, you're very, very welcome, my darling, and it's good to have you back. And as you see, you might be back in the village hall before you know it.
Wow. No, that'd be good. That'd be good.
It will. Because we also we both have something else in common, that we both in the recent time or coming up served a physical spiritualist service, in the sense that it was with living people in a room at King's Lynn.
And I'm back there again on Sunday.
Fabulous. So if you're in the King's Lynn area, you do need to book in advance, but I will leave a link for anyone to get in touch with them if there's any spaces available, because I know they've got a reasonably decent sized regular congregation as well. But if there's spaces and anyone's in the area and wants to go along and see you in the flesh, so to speak, then they can get in touch with they can get in touch with with Gary and Yaz. So yeah, let's get that one rolling as well. So there we are, spiritualist community. None of the churches apart from Pastor Green that I've mentioned are part of the New Spiritualist Society. And do you know what? That doesn't matter. We're all here for the same job: proving life eternal, spreading the truth that the world of spirit are existent for eternity, like one of my rants, and working together to build spiritualism up for this country and the world, and the future generations, of course, too.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Definitely.
Well, are you ready for this, Sue?
Go on.
It's that special time of the evening when we welcome up our third split screen. She is a lady of repute and notoriety. She is a lady who I have called friend for 20 years. And as she pointed out last week, probably been called quite a few other things too. But I call her Lynn. Everyone else calls her Lynn. But she is known on this broadcast as our principal minister of the New Christian Spiritualist Society, Reverend Lynn Gibbs-Swart. Are you there?
I'm here. Well, I'm almost here.
Bless you. Hello, Lynn. How's your week been?
Thank you. Sorry. Hello, Sue.
Hello,
wonderful to see you. And your wonderful little doggy there, which reminds me of when I used to pretend that I had a guide and mentor down here called Jules Moose. And every now and again I would talk about him, you see, and say, well, Jules would not agree with this particular philosophy and stuff like that. Anyway, one time, this was when I was at Psychic News, and one day an American chap came into our offices, because it was also teamed up with the bookshop. You know, the Psychic Press never missed a trick, you know, to try and get a few bob, of course. And we used to have the bookshop in our, offices of the newspaper Psychic News, in case anybody doesn't realise what I'm talking about, of which I was editor for a few years. And he was talking about Jules Moose, you know, how wonderful, wonderful philosophy. So I said, oh, yes. I said, as a matter of fact, I said, he's actually in my office as we speak. And he went, oh, may I see him? I said, yes. I said, why not? Come in. Anyway, he sort of followed me in, devoutly, and he's looked around, and I had at the time an assistant editor who was a chap who had his back turned to this American gentleman. And he said, thinking it was him. I said, no. I said, he's here on my desk. And of course, it was a little stuffed mouse that I'd been given by Leonie Kerslake Phipps, who was the head of the Spiritualist Aid Organisation then in that time. And I'd just been having some fun with our readers and spiritualists, just, telling them about this mythical, wonderful philosopher that who was accompanying me, to different venues and so on. People would say, "Oh, has Jules come?" And I say, "No, I'm sorry, he couldn't make it." But then Kathy suggested I use him a bit like you could use your doggy for messages. Take him on, take him on and ask him his opinion, and then give those opinions over, and you'd be surprised. People would like that, Ask him what he thinks about this. What do you think of it so far? Rubbish. However,
I did warn you. I did warn you all.
Anyway, so it's great to see you up there, and I know that people will have a wonderful time receiving messages from you, through you, from their loved ones in spirit, because that's what we're all about. I get fed up with people making apologies for flaming spiritualism. Oh, it's all about messages, or it's all about death, and life after death and stuff. And yeah, that's right. Yeah, we are. We're all about messages. We're all about life after death. We're all about all those things that you have a go at us about. And then somebody this week actually had to go at me and said I couldn't possibly be Christian or have anything to do with spiritualism because I couldn't be a Christian and a spiritualist. And he went on alarming. So I said, look, and quoted the scriptures at me. So I actually said, well, these were written a long time ago by a lot of different people who weren't there at the time. And I'm sure that they put odd bits in, and I was being kind, odd bits and pieces in that, to suit themselves at the time. And there are some things that are very obviously not appropriate. And I said, and then he came back at me with the word of God. I said, yeah, but they, some of these people weren't actually here. Us as mediums, we know how difficult it is to hear what people are saying. Can you imagine these old time prophets trying to listen to God and get all the words right? And they didn't have anything to write it down on. So they had to talk about it. And we all know, when we talk to somebody about something, how many people would you say would change a story from one lot of communication by the time they told 5 different people? How wonderful it would all get if they liked the medium, that is. And if they didn't like the medium, it would get worse and worse and worse as it went along. You know what I mean? So, Doris Stokes was a victim of that herself. If people actually liked her, then of course, her good messages were repeated. But if she, if somebody didn't like her, if there was only one little stumble or fault or anything they could find, that would get magnified. And so it is also with when you look at texts that were written, 2,000 years ago. Not quite 2,000 actually, because most of the texts were written down about 100 years after our Lord was crucified. And as I pointed out to this chap, the people that actually were doing all that writing down right up until 300 AD, when the Council of Nicaea decided when all the books of the Bible would be put together, and the ones they didn't like, they chucked away. There weren't just those books in the Bible that we know of now in the New Testament. There was loads, and they threw them away, or they burned them, or they got rid of them. Some were found eventually, but basically that was the situation. And I said to him, well, do you realise that those same people thought that the world was flat? Nobody apparently had been told by anybody in spirit that it was not flat. Maybe they thought they couldn't cope with it. What with everything else they couldn't cope with. But yeah, so I make no apologies for being a spiritualist or a Christian or giving messages and talking about life after death. It's very important, and people like Doris Stokes, Gordon Higginson, you were talking, Reverend Nick, about it doesn't matter what kind of spiritualist you are, as long as you're a spiritualist. We're all going towards the same thing. And what we're trying to prove is that we are all spirit here and now, that we came from spirit and that we're going to spirit. So therefore, you don't have to follow any kind of ritual or ceremonial in order to inherit this life after what we call death, the physical death. You just have to be born from spirit, do your best here, and then you go to the next place, which is spirit. which is where you came from anyway. And a lot of us I know who are aware are going to have words when we get back, because, you know, apparently we are all supposed to have signed up for this, whatever we get. Isn't that right, Sue?
Apparently,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Yes. Thought I would ask you to confirm it for people who thought I was just talking on my own opinion.
No. I totally agree with you. I had a conversation with Nick today about something that happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say this, Nick?
Yeah, go on.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yes.
I did actually say this when I went to King's Lynn last time. So if anybody's listening from there, then I apologise for it. But it was actually came in my address. Okay. And it was a guy that was doing gardening, and he pulled up alongside me as I was walking down the road with my princess here. And as we were walking, he said to me, "Do you want any gardening done, love?" And I said, "No." But he kept on and on. So I said, "Actually, what you could do is you could come tomorrow and just give me a quote on cutting down some or levelling off some conifers." He said, "Okay." So he came round, and you know, when he came into the back garden, he was looking at this and this and this. I'll try and make this a bit shorter, okay? And I
That's
have a
all right.
cabin in the back garden. I have a cabin in the back garden where I work from. And it was a very hot day, so I had the door open, and he said to me, he looked in there and he said to me, "Why have you got them angels in there? You know, like crystal angels."
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And I said, "Well, that's where I work." And he said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm a medium." And he said, "I'm not a very well educated man." He's an Irish guy and he was a traveller. He said, "I'm not a well educated man." He said, "Can you explain to me what that means?" So I said, "Okay, well, I work for Spirit and I can pass messages to people that have been left behind." Okay. And he said, "And you believe that, do you?" I said, "Yes, I do." And he got louder and louder and he said to me, "And you believe that? You really believe that?" I said, I know that." And he said, "Say after me." And he was standing there with his hands up in the air and he was saying, "Lord God Almighty, come down and cleanse this woman's soul. She works for the devil." And he was getting louder and louder. And I thought, oh my God, I don't need this today. He said, "I'm a born again Christian and you work for the devil." I was like,
We've had it a lot
"Do
this
me a
week.
favour, please." Yeah.
So
"Do me a favour, please. Tell me the price." He gave me the price. I said, "Well, there's the back gate. You can take your price and your religion out of the back gate and I'm going to lock it behind you." And off he went.
I we all have our different. Am I unmuted, Nick?
You are indeed.
We all have our different ways of dealing with ignorance. And you know, I like to, as you know, I like to argue our corner, because God gave me a gift, if you like, really, I feel, to be able to discuss such matters and put these people in their place, because really,
Well, that's we did have a conversation. It wasn't quite
I'm sure.
short
I'm
like
sure.
that, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is this,
it
that
just led me to think, why do people try to force their religions on other people? At the end of the day, I'm happy
kind
with
of,
what I do.
yeah, yes.
I don't
The
force it on
problem
anyone.
with some the problem with some sections of all the religions is that they have their sort of hard line from which they will not budge, and I think that they're governed by fear, Sue. I think it's fear that keeps them in this trap, and they look on other people as less than them, and they feel that they have got their handle on the truth, and they're told that this is the only way to actually be saved. They also, in amongst that born again type religion, there is a very sort of strident concept that they think it's the truth, that they're in the end times, the end of the world times, that Jesus Christ will come again and will lift up those who believe in him and have said that they believe in him, and take them to heaven, and the rest of the people will be damned, left behind, damned. So it's actually a pernicious doctrine and a pernicious dogma that is anti-human in actual fact, because we know as spiritualists, we're all from the one spirit, and if they can just be told, if you believe in Adam and Eve, and if you believe we all come from Adam and Eve, we are all one family, therefore. And, we are all from spirit, and we are all spirit within. And all their arguments come to nothing, really. And I just feel sorry for them. What we have to do is actually practice what we see as our religious belief. And for me, that ties in with, following the teachings and example of Jesus, and actually forgiving them and showing them the mercy that we would like to have given to ourselves, and saying to them, well, you're misguided and you're mistaken, and I will pray for you. And this is the other thing, that if you meet this hostility and ignorance and bigotry with kindness and mercy, somehow or other we may plant the seed in that person's mind that will open them out to the greater truth and make them happier, because they can't really be happy in their sort of if you like, in their exclusive place that they think they've got for themselves in heaven. Any human being who thinks that they are going to inherit heaven and leave all the ones they consider damned behind, it's really misguided and deluded, and you can only be sorry for them, really. So but I think you did the right thing. I think that's a wonderful thing. Go, leave and shut the door behind you as you're on your way out. I think that what we have to remember is to absolutely, hold our philosophy and our religious beliefs and our knowledge firmly, and in the face of any attack of any sort. And like I said at the beginning, when I was starting to talk about this, I think we have to say, yes, I'm actually proud of being a spiritualist. I'm a Christian spiritualist, and do you know what? On top of that, I'm a Jew as well. And there are 450 clearly anti-Jewish sentences in the New Testament alone. Forget that, Jesus was a Jew. He wouldn't have had a go at Jews, because it'd be like having a go at his own family, and so how could he possibly have said some of the things that are attributed to him that actually just stir up anti-Semitism and anti-Jewish feeling, and have been responsible, unfortunately, for 2,000 years of persecution that he would never have wanted. He never told us to hate anybody, certainly not his own people who were the Jews. And it's just so sad that people take a load of books and say, well, they've got to be true. And that's the other thing, you know, and it just adds to all this, antagonism towards other people. And I think it's just wonderful being a spiritualist. I think it's marvelous. I think we're all wonderful. I think our messages are wonderful. All our mediums are wonderful. I don't care if they're good, bad, or indifferent. If they get any kind of message from the spirit world, that is good. If they get one thing right when they're giving somebody a contact or communication, that is good enough. Because we're talking about people who have passed over to that world. Oh, somebody said, this same person said to me, the Bible says the dead can't tell us anything. Well, it's a shame, really, because, like, obviously nobody told them that the world was round, for instance, in this same breath. It's ridiculous. Of course, the dead can tell us lots of things. The dead to this life, St. Paul himself. It's the way they interpret the scriptures. Like I said, lots of stuff in there was thrown in anyway. It like a bit of a sort of a mishmash. You know, when you're looking at like what to put in at the end of the week into your pot when you haven't got much ingredients left, and you think, oh well, I'll throw a bit of this in and throw a bit. Or perhaps some people are very posh and never had to do that. But me, with my 6 kids, on the odd occasion, I did find myself at the end of the week without much to eat for all of them. So I think, well, I'll put some of this in, some of that, go and have a look in the cupboard and see what's left and put it all in. And that's really the best we can do, you know.
And in my household,
our way of life is wonderful, I think. And I kept mentioning Gordon. I don't know why he's crept in here, but I feel that Gordon Higginson, who is a wonderful, wonderful spiritualist pioneer and medium, he got castigated. He got attacked. He was told he was a fraud. He had sat in circle with his mother, who was also a very good medium. He'd been sitting in circle since he was 4 years old. He was a wonderful medium, developing his psychic gifts. And he got attacked right, left and centre by people who refused to believe what they were hearing, or it must be a trick, you know. And he and Doris Stokes actually were good friends. And Doris was there one time with Gordon in Stansted Hall, which is the HQ of the Spiritualist National Union, another group of spiritualists, if anybody doesn't know. And she was sitting there and they were chatting, and a man was having an issue, saying that he'd never got a message and that and the other. And Doris said, well, what's the matter, love? You know, and he sat down and he told her, you know, he was really fed up. He was leaving because he didn't believe in it anymore, blah, blah. Anyway, the thing is that Doris then gave him a message from his wife who had passed over. And by the time she finished, the gentleman was in tears of joy, and Gordon Higginson was sort of comforting him, and he never left. So you see, those messages that we give to people are they're beyond value. They're beyond value. And somebody's saying, I would love to come to dinner one afternoon. I wonder, is that you, Sue?
Mandy Nixon would love to come to dinner for an afternoon. I think, Lynn, the comments for you tonight have been absolutely beautiful. Your words, as ever. I would just like to
telling me cut, that's it, wind it up.
No, absolutely. Because what you guys don't know, and I would just like to interject briefly, what you guys don't know is that while you two have been talking, I've been dealing with something, because my friends, we have been spammed. Our comments have been bombed by comments. Everyone who's watching is being invited to get some sort of, psychic reading from someone trying to get whatever they want out of our congregation. And the congregation gathered round and told them to get knotted, in a spiritual and nice way, of course. And I was asked to silence this person, so I did. So even as we're talking about it, it's going on. We did have a spammer that's been dealt with, but it just goes to show that even when you're talking about it, it's going on. I'm sure this person wasn't deliberately going out of their way to be unkind, but the congregation spoke, and as your minister, I said, okay, that's very kind of you, now goodbye, because everyone wanted to be left alone to hear what you guys have got to say. And it's interesting that you should bring up, because I was still listening, I promise. It's interesting, Lynn, that you should bring up Gordon Higginson, because in situations like this, I was once given some advice, and it was actually from Gordon, who said, in situations like this, tell them that your faith is your shibboleth and you need nought else. And it's SHIBBOLETH. If anyone wants to Google it, my faith is my shibboleth. I need nought else. And so, anyone answers that, you can't go far wrong, because that is, as the saying goes, one of the passwords, along with courage, which goes quite hand in hand with it, I think. So, thank you both for keeping the flow going while I was dealing with that, and
Can I just
thank you
say
for.
something, please?
Of course, you can.
Yeah, you're allowed.
I was down in Newmarket. This is going back a couple of years now. And I was taking service there, and they had a picture of Gordon Higginson on the table. Okay. And I kept being drawn to this picture. And somebody said to me, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Yes, I think I've got Gordon Higginson with me." And all of a sudden, I just went, "Come on, girlie, let's show them what it's all about."
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a very busy bunny, I'll tell you.
And Doris too.
And Doris, yeah, going to say I've had my ear twisted by her on more than one occasion, but that's another story. On that note, I am aware that there are other people waiting to come and say hello, and I know everyone's really, really, really enjoyed having you guys talking about all of this tonight. The irony that it was all going on while you were both talking is just typical of the world of spirit, and
How do they do that?
And typical of Gordon Higginson and Doris Stokes interfering with everything, because they do like to underpin their lessons. So thank you both, and thank them both and everyone else who was involved in that little brief spiritual interlude and demonstration.
Have a good evening, Sue.
And we will have you. Yes, absolutely. And Lynn, I got your name right tonight, so I don't get in trouble, do I?
Oh yes.
Thanks ever so much, darling, and we will have you back at the end for a final review. God bless you, love. See you soon. Bless. Do you know what? The love is indeed pouring in tonight, and I'd also like to mention we've got someone watching. We've got someone watching who knows exactly how I feel about dealing with behind the scene things. Hello, Ashley Oliver. It seems like only a few days ago since I saw you. If anyone is interested in a good bit of philosophy, the Light Weymouth Spiritualist Church, who is run by Ashley Oliver Medium, is on Sunday nights at 6:15. They do a lovely philosophy service. And always well worth a watch. So do have a look down in the link. Follow Ashley to Weymouth, the Light Weymouth Spiritualist Church, for a really, really good night of philosophy too. And I'm sure, Lynn, that Ashley might have you on there one day for a good old chat. I can imagine that one will be well subscribed. Well, friends, now is the time to tie it all in and see if the guides and helpers of Reverend Alan Sutton have been listening in on these conversations. Are you there, Reverend Alan?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, mate. How are you?
Yeah, all good. And lovely words, Lynn, and you, Sue. I really enjoyed that part of the service. It's always good. And we will see how this somehow ties in. Tonight's reading is called Heaven Sent, and it's by Bill Holyfield and was written on the 12th of March 2014. Special people are heaven sent when we need them most. They come by stealth into our lives from the Holy Ghost. In subtle ways they guide and care to give us what we need. It may be just a shoulder till our tears recede. They provide the right spark to get us on the way. A little note or a joke to brighten up our day. Friendships form with silken bonds that strengthen over time. They become a special part we cherish past our prime. Others stay for just a while until their work's complete. They slip away without fuss. To the background they retreat. Some will touch our core and soul. Such impact will they make. When they leave to move on, a piece of our heart they will take. Thank you.
Thank you. That was
That was
absolutely
lovely.
wonderful. Definitely. And do you know what? As well as your reading being brilliant, mate, and really, really tying it all in, I have to agree you. It's not, and this is for technical reasons, I have to say. I don't know what it is you're doing, Sue, but it's brilliant because not very many people can actually engage with Lynn on the actual service because of the echo, but it didn't seem to happen with you
It
two
wasn't.
talking. So it was nice to actually see a bit of engagement during that side, because I do feel guilty sometimes that she feels left alone. But yeah, it was lovely to have that engagement, and lovely to have it all underpinned by such a beautiful reading, Alan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Lovely.
it was, wasn't it? So it really, really was. And the love is pouring out for you too, Alan. The
Nick,
friends. Yes, my dear boy.
if there's time at the end of the service, I have another reading. It's only 3 short verses, but it was written by an 8-year-old child, and I would dearly love to share it with everybody.
Then in that case, we will make sure there's time at the end of the
I
service.
will get it ready.
Please do. Excellent. See, that's spiritualism for you. The order of service on the fly, so to speak. Right, Alan, I'm going to close you down now, so we've got time for later. You ran away without saying goodbye, bless his heart. That's typical of us. There he goes. There we go. Oh, he did just wave from the background. Well, Sue, it is that other time, that other important part of spiritualism now for our service, that of healing. And I know that many people have felt the healing love and comfort of being together tonight online. But we should share that with everyone, I think. So let us all now have our healing silence as we send out our healing thoughts to all those who are sick and suffering. It will begin, as ever, with the healing prayer and end after the video with Amen. And that music and candlelight will play, that wonderful, wonderful instrument of technology that I stole from the Lightweight Spiritualist Church and have shared with others. So let us join and send out our thoughts as we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, here we bring unto you all those listed in all the absent healing books and those named in our hearts that may be in need of healing. Be they sick in mind, body, or spirit, that it may please thee to heal them. Both those we know, those we do not know, and those who have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Amen. Well, friends, that time has come where talk is over, where action is seen, where proof is brought to the fore. And also everyone's favourite bit where I shut up for about half an hour. We're going to have our mediumship demonstration from the lovely Sue Breen and Pebbles. And Penny's now off to bed because she just waved to the camera. And I would like to say to everyone that just briefly, Alan did wave at the camera when he disappeared. He also normally does make sure that everyone is aware, of course, that the reading, whom people are loving so much, will be posted after the service in the chat and in the church page for people to have a read of themselves. He always does that for us, as well as a write-up the next morning. So that will be there available. And I'm sure he'll remind us of that when the time comes later on, when he comes back for his second reading. But for now, let's bring up our first recipient of the evening. Now, she's been sitting patiently, and I know it can be sometimes difficult to be stuck in one place for a long amount of time, bless her heart. So, Wendy, are you ready to come up, my love? Here she is. It's Wendy Perry, Reverend. Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm doing okay, my love, thank you.
Bless your heart. Well, I'm going to let you two crack on with it, and I'll see you both very, very soon.
Thank you.
Hi, Wendy.
Hello, Sue. Lovely
Hello,
to see
lovely.
you.
Lovely to see you too. You know, oh, bless you. I've got your young lady that's coming forward. The lady that's passed in the last few weeks. Okay. As she comes in, lovely, she's telling me to tell you, you know that she hasn't left you. You know she hasn't left you. All right? She's talking about coming in very much around you, but she does need you to know that she is in no pain. She is in no pain now. All right? She's also, was this your niece, lovey? Was this a niece to you?
A daughter.
A daughter. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. As she comes forward, she's talking about nobody should feel guilty or responsible. All right? Because of the way things are at the moment, there should be no guilt or responsibility that should be carried. Okay? She's talking. Your husband, lovely, your husband was the one that came in to take her over.
Really?
All
Thank
right?
you.
He came in to take her hand, to take her over.
Thank you.
All right? And she's talking about three other people that are on the other side that also came forward with him. All right? She is saying what she wants people to do now is to celebrate the life that she had. She's talking about life wasn't always kind to her, lovey.
No.
All right? And I know with her that she did have, I know that she had a broken heart in life as well.
Yes.
Okay? Because she's bringing the two halves together now and she's saying it can be healed. It can all be healed. All right? But she's also telling me she wants you, sweet, to carry on doing the work that you're doing. You don't realise how important it is to you and to other people. All right? She's also saying, would you understand somebody either lighting a candle for her?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. And she's talking about leaving four people behind.
Yeah.
4 people that was very significant to her.
Yeah.
Okay. She's telling me to tell you also, Lovey. Okay. She's saying it's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing to be scared of, to pass from one life to the other, because the other is something that is extra special. And a lot of people are frightened of taking that step forward. That's why she held on and held on and held on. She
I did
struggled. She
ask
was
her.
in so much
Yeah.
pain.
I did ask her
Okay.
to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bless her. She just said, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. Okay. But she was left no alternative. So she
No.
cut the ties to go. All right. But she's also telling me that she loves you so much.
So,
She loves you so much, Lovey. And she's going to be there. She's going to be there for you. So don't feel that you're on your own, love, because you're not. You know, you've got love that comes into you from both sides, from the female side and the male side. And your husband, sweet, as he comes forward here, your husband used to smoke, please.
yes.
Yeah, because he's saying, I've had to put it out now. He's had to, and he's doing this. He's like stubbing it out,
Yeah.
you know. He's telling me to tell you, stay strong, sweet. Stay strong for him. Okay.
I will. I
He's
promised that
also
I would.
talking about an anniversary or a celebration that should be coming forward or has
There's one
taken
today,
place
actually.
today.
There's one today, yes.
Oh, bless you. Okay. And that's why he's happy that you've come forward, because he wanted you to come forward. All right. He's writing words of sentiment here. And I want to say to you, Lovey, I don't feel that your husband was a very romantic man. He showed me his hands, so I know with him that he was a very hard-working man.
Mm.
He's saying, I didn't have time for all of that. I didn't have time for all of that. Okay. She knew how much I loved her, and she knew that I wouldn't leave her unless I had to. Okay. Which is what happened with him. All right. He's
Yeah.
talking about with you, Lovey, that he does come in. He sits with you.
Yeah.
And now you've got 2 of them sitting with you as well. All right.
Lovely.
This beautiful young lady that's coming forward here, she's saying, just let her know, please. I do love her dearly, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be
Thank
with
you.
her. All right.
Thank
So
you so
don't feel
much.
that you're on your own, sweet, because they may not be with you in body, but they are with you in spirit. Okay, lovely.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thanks
Good.
so much, Sue. That means so much. Thank you.
They're blowing kisses to you.
Oh,
They're
you
blowing
too.
kisses to you.
Yeah, she
Right.
always blew kisses. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Merv.
So you have no idea how much the hearts are breaking. You have given, well, it's very often, not very often rather, that I'm speechless. But that was just one, in the words of Kaz Lyle, I'm going to let her say it. One heartfelt reading and beautiful. Thank you. Everyone in the family who knows Wendy, and of course knows her family and the problems that have been faced over the last few weeks, know that that will have meant an awful lot. And all of our hearts are with you, Wendy. We
Thank you.
really are. And
Thank you.
I'm so glad you got that message. I
I
really
so
am.
needed it. I so needed it. I can't thank you enough, Sue. You guides and your spirits help us. Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you, love it.
No, and God bless. And I will carry on.
Oh yeah, we know that much,
Good.
love. We know that.
Good.
All right, my darling.
Wendy, I'll let you get yourself
All
some
right.
rest, and we'll see you
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you, darling. Thank you, all of you.
God
Bye for
bless.
now.
Thank you, sweet. Bless you,
Bless her.
lovely.
Such a stubborn stalwart of spiritualism, our Wendy, I have to say. And the love is indeed pouring out for the message you've just given. Truly is. So many comments. I would also like to say that there has been one comment that popped up that has been encouraged, I feel, by that reading. So Paul Smith, please pop in the message the name of your wife. I will put her in our healing book
bless.
right this minute. Thank you for being brave enough to share that with us. And I know that everyone who's already been watching in the comments, who can
Be
see them
strong,
quicker than
lovely.
I can. Yeah,
Be
exactly.
strong for her. Be strong
Yes,
for her. Okay.
absolutely. But drop a name in the comments, please. You only need to do the first name. Spirit know the rest. And I'll pop her in the healing book. So God bless you both and all of your family. And we will all send our healing thoughts. Well, it's an emotional night, and I'm sure it's about to carry on even further. A face we haven't seen for a long time. But hello, Barry. How are you, mate?
I'm fine, thanks. Thank you.
Hello. Good to see you, my friend.
And you.
I'm going to
Oh,
leave you two
lovely.
to it now. God bless.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Sue?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's
Good.
my volume that's coming over is quite low, but as long as you can hear me, that's fine.
Oh, okay. No. I can hear you, lovey. Okay.
Okay.
I've got to say to you, Barry, I've got a gentleman that is stepping close to me. And I know
Yeah.
with this gentleman that he comes in very much on a father-grandfather level. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say your father's passed to spirit. And
Yeah.
I want to say dad. Okay.
Yeah.
As dad comes forward, he's talking about you not being the only one. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
he's giving me a 3 here. Now,
Yeah.
that would normally mean to me that there's either 3 children in a family.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. 2 sisters.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. He's saying to me, but you haven't been mothered, though.
No.
You haven't been mothered. All right. Now, bless him as he comes forward. I know before he passed his spirit side, lovey, that he wasn't right. He's taken me down to his feet here. So I want to say to you that I know that he struggled before he passed his spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. I know there's very much a likeness between you.
Yes.
Very similar. Okay.
Yeah.
He is putting glasses on me as well. So I know that he did wear glasses at some point. You
Yeah.
understand Dad smoking as well, please?
He packed up in the 50s.
Thank you. Okay. So he's saying when I was a younger man, Father also wore uniform at some point in life as well.
Yes. Home Guards.
Right. Thank you. You know, as he comes in, he's telling me that you ought to be proud of yourself. You ought to be proud of yourself because he's saying to me again, life hasn't been totally kind with you either.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do want to say to you at one point, love, that there was either a time when you felt as if you was either going to lose the roof over your head or there was a threat of homelessness that came forward.
Yeah.
You understand that? Right.
Yeah.
Now, as he comes in, he's telling me you will never, ever be made homeless. You will always have a roof over your head. Okay.
Yeah.
He's talking about your faith in spiritualism. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's also saying, I want to say to you, lovey, as he comes forward, he's telling me that he wasn't always a believer. Okay.
I never knew whether he was or not. He didn't say much.
Right. He's saying to me that he wasn't always a believer. Right. But as he comes forward, he's talking about confusion that came forward.
Yeah.
And he's doing this. So
Yeah.
whether he was confused with his thoughts of where he was going, what was happening, I don't know whether it was like a senile dementia or something similar, but he's saying there was confusion that came in around him. All right.
A little bit towards the end, but not
Right.
much.
But you know, that is when he saw spirit come forward.
Right. Yeah.
You have a mother on spirit side as well. I've
Yes.
got a lady coming forward here, and she's sending out lots and lots of love to you, lovey. Lots
Yeah.
of love to you. All right. She's saying he was my little boy.
Yeah.
He was my little boy, but she's also saying she loved all of you the same. All of you
Yeah.
the same.
Yes.
Okay. But she's talking about either a drifting apart or a rift that has come forward somewhere in the family. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Your mum is telling me to tell you, lovey, stand your ground. Stand your ground. Okay?
Okay.
Don't be backed into a corner. All right?
No.
Right.
No.
Now, I know with your mum that she wasn't a very tall lady.
She wasn't a very.
Tall lady.
No. No. I think she's average. I think. Yeah.
Right. She's doing this to me, so I feel that she was possibly. I'm 5'5", so I feel with her that she was just a little bit shorter than me, so possibly
Yeah.
about 5'4". Okay.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, she was a very strong lady. Very strong lady.
Oh yes.
All right.
Yeah.
When she
Yeah.
said no, she meant no. No.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Right. I know with her as well that she's taken me around her hair, so I feel with her that she was very quite fussy around her hair and the way that she looked. All
Yeah.
right. She's talking about when she passed to spirit side, lovey. That is when people started to show their true colours.
Yes.
You know, because
Yes.
Mum was very much the matriarch, if you like. She was the rock.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, again, she's telling me to tell you, you should be proud of yourself because you've kept your chin up, your shoulders back. All right.
Yeah.
And you've gone forward. You've gone forward with the flow. All right.
Yeah.
For some reason, lovey, she's talking about artwork.
She's talking about archways.
No, artwork. Artwork.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
I'm.
Either pictures.
I've got pictures around the flat. Yeah. I've got artwork around the flat, and
Okay.
most of them are of an angels but they're proper oil paintings. They're not pictures.
Wonderful. There's one that you are very attracted to.
Yes.
You get drawn to. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. She's not telling me. Right, okay. I want to say to you that I know with this lady, she's telling me that she was held back in life. All right.
Yes.
But there was a lot of things that she wanted to do. And she's telling me to tell you, lovey, do not be held back in life. Don't be held
Okay.
back in life. There are places for you to go, people for you to see, and things for you to do. Where does Down Under come in as well, please?
So, my love, where does
She's taking me down under here.
Down Under?
Down under. Yep. I'm going to Australia because she's showing me Ayers Rock.
I don't know. That might be more of my father, because my father was in the Merchant Navy. He did go to Australia, but I'm not sure. I don't think she's got any family out there, as far as I'm aware, but I could be wrong.
She's talking about connections or links down under.
I'll have to check that out. That could be very true.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be a cousin, actually.
Sorry?
It might be a cousin.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to say to you that I feel that there is either going to be a trip that's going to be coming from here down there, or from down there up here. All right.
Okay.
She's also talking about with you, love, that she's putting cards in front of you. Okay.
Yes.
You read the cards, sweet.
I have started to learn, yes.
She's saying you don't need them, you know. Just listen to your thoughts.
Okay.
Listen
Yeah.
to your thoughts. Quite frequently, you have random thoughts that do come forward. You're not quite sure where they come from.
I normally get very good communication. I do recognise them, actually.
Right. You don't need cards. Okay.
The cards weren't for me, they were for others. So I was just interested.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's good. Because she's talking about the connection that you do have is actually stronger than you actually feel it is. So you need to be either developing, all right, or finding somebody that will help you develop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we are at the church, so. But I have very good, strong intuition. Very good. When I listen.
That is the main thing. That's the main thing. All right.
Okay.
I'd like to be there when the circle does take place. Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Bless you. I want to leave their love with you, sweet. Okay.
Thanks, my love. Thank you.
Well done, Sue. That's brilliant. And hint taken. I'll let you know when the first workshop starts back up. You can be our guest of honour.
Ooh, thank you.
Wonderful. Again, wonderful. You and your spirit guides have definitely got that one pinned. And it's good to see you looking so well, Barry. Really is, mate.
It's been tough time.
Of course.
That's the minute.
But make sure you go and pay someone a visit if the offer is made available. He's down there, so I'm pointing at him. Basically, what you were talking about earlier. Yeah, you know, keep yourself moving out and about and talking to people. On that note, I will say thank you for coming on. We'll see you at the end for the closing prayer. So don't run away like you normally do.
No, I won't.
All right. See you soon, mate. God bless. Wow, my darling. The love continues to pour in for yourself and the lovely Pebbles who's right there. And I know you don't like hearing it, but it's true. And you're having it anyway, because that's what we do. Well, it's coming up to the last reading of the evening, which means that there's a special job need doing. So I'm going to call upon that special person who does that special job. Are you there, Samantha and Hannah and Bully? Bully, special prize. Bless you. Are you all right, Hannah, my darling?
Yes.
Fantastic. Have you had to change his batteries yet?
No.
Wow, that was a bargain then. That's brilliant. Fantastic. I'm gonna say that's got to be at least 9 months old now.
Yeah, no.
It's hard to believe that it's been 9 months since that Christmas service, but there you go. Well, I hope you're having a good week, Hannah and Samantha.
Yeah, we are, thank you.
Good. Yeah, poke your head in, love. That's it. Hang on, let me change the screen. That's better. We can see you both now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes,
Bless.
thank you.
Good, good, good. And I know you want to chat with Nick later on, so we'll make sure we pencil that in too. So don't disappear at the end of the service, all right?
Thank you.
Right, thank you, my guys, and we'll see you later on. Well, Sue, it is that time of the evening. I'm going to be leaving you with one last person and disappearing, but I will be listening. So let's bring on Linda. Are you there, dear?
I'm here.
Well, God bless you,
Hello,
and I will
lovely.
see you. I'll see.
Hello, sweet. Okay.
Hello.
Right. Okay, lovely. I've got a father figure that is stepping forward for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
As this gentleman comes forward, he's telling me that. Okay. Would it make sense to you if I was to say that he's not making me look up to him, he's making me look to him? All right.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
don't feel that he was a very tall man. Okay.
No.
He's
No.
talking about being a little bit taller than Francis.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. I know with him, sweet, I know that he was a very hard-working man. Why is he taking me around water? Do you understand that? He's taking me around water.
No, not really.
Okay.
Not at the moment, anyway.
Sorry?
I can't take that at the moment.
That's all right. No worries. No worries. He's definitely giving me water here, so I know that there was some sort of connection somewhere. All right.
His brother.
That could. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Now, I do know with this gentleman that he did smoke at some point as well, because he's doing this, and I do have
Yes.
smoke that comes in around. He's also, it's as if he's rolling his own hair and he's putting one behind his ear. Okay.
He used to
As
roll his
this
own. Yeah.
gentleman comes forward, he's telling me that he didn't look after himself properly in life. All right.
True. Mm.
Okay. Right. Now, I know that I've got mum coming forward here as well. All right.
Yeah.
And I do know that these two were very close together, but they did have their clashes. Okay.
Yes.
Because she's telling me not very often, that there was one time when Dad had to duck.
Oh, right.
Okay? Yeah, she's saying they had a really big argument, but what happened behind closed doors stayed behind closed doors. Very private people. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, as mum comes forward, lovey, she's telling me to tell you, you've got to start really looking after yourself as well. All right.
Okay.
Where does the diabetes come in, sweet?
My husband.
Thank you. You know, because he's not always paying attention to what he should be doing.
Okay.
All
Right.
right. She's been watching him. She's been watching him.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. She's telling me that there is, she wants to say happy birthday to you as well. I know it's not your birthday now, loving, but she's saying it's the only chance I get to say it.
Oh, bless.
All right.
Yeah.
But she's also taking me up to December time.
Right.
Okay. December time, she's saying, and she knows it's Christmas, but December time there's either a birthday passing or an anniversary that comes
Yeah.
in
My wedding
around.
anniversary.
You understand
My
that?
wedding
Thank you.
anniversary. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Now, she's also given me the month of March here as well.
Yeah. That's
Again,
my husband's birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's saying to me, she's talking about a significant birthday that is either coming in or has literally just gone. And a significant one to me is normally in 18, 20, 21, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
That's just gone.
It's just gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She's telling me that she wants you to know that this is a bit random, but I'm going to give it to you. She's telling me she's got all her marbles now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I know what it means.
You know what it means.
I know what
Good.
it means.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
She's saying, I didn't used to miss a lot, but there were times when I did. But I don't miss anything now. All right.
No. Mm.
You have a sister, Lovey, as well.
I've got a sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's talking about one of you looks more like her.
That's me.
Yeah. She just said, ask her about her brother.
Well, that everybody keeps telling me that I had a brother, but I never knew. It must have been a miscarriage or something.
Okay. Right. I've got to say to you, love, I have got a gentleman that is stepping close to me as he comes forward. I know that there is a link with you. I know there's a link with you. All right. He's
Mhm.
just talking about walking with you through life. And, you know, if he had actually been here, then he wouldn't have been 100%. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so he chose to go back home. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your mum, as she comes forward, lovey, she's telling me, can you give Nick a very big hug from her? All right.
I will.
Okay.
I will. Yeah.
I also want to say to you as well, lovey, she's holding a child on the other side.
Yeah.
And I actually, you understand this? Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. She's telling me to tell you, don't worry. Don't worry about anything. All
Okay.
right? Do not worry about anything, lovey. Okay. Right. Dad's saying, can I come in now? Okay. As Dad comes forward, lovey, I feel with him that he could be quite deep, but I also feel when he had something to say, he would say it. All right?
Yeah. You would.
Okay.
Yes.
He's
Mhm.
telling me he could be quite outspoken. All right. But
Yeah.
he would try to choose the words that he had to give so that he was more diplomatic and he wasn't rude. Okay.
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. This gentleman's telling me that he had no regrets in life, love. He had no
Mhm.
regrets in life. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. He's also saying he doesn't want you to have any regrets in life. All right.
Mhm.
So what has been and gone in the past has been and gone. Just close the door on it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you have a regret about something, lovey, he's just saying there's no point in holding on to anything. You can't change it. It's been and gone, so let it go.
Okay.
Right. Okay. He's talking about your sister, lovey, as well. You two are like very different to one another, aren't you?
We are. Yes.
Yeah, he's saying you're like chalk and cheese. Chalk and
Yeah.
cheese. Okay?
Yeah.
You take life as it comes and you're not very materialistic. Okay?
Hmm.
He's saying your sister is a bit different to that.
Yeah.
You understand? Right. Okay. He's saying what she's got to understand is that you can't take anything with you.
Yes. Yeah.
You go back home as you were born with nothing.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Your father's telling me, love, that you should be patting yourself on the back. You know, because you've supported your family, lovey, in whatever has come forward. All right?
Yeah.
Whatever has come forward. And he's saying that is what he loves about you. You don't question anything. You're there to support. All right?
Yeah. Hmm.
This gentleman really wants to leave his love with you, sweet. Very much
Thank
so.
you.
But he is also talking about somebody had a tattoo, or Dad had a tattoo.
I I had one for my 50th birthday, and it caused a bit of bother.
Ah, okay. He's saying, "Oh, don't worry about what other people say. Just don't worry about it, lovey. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
Have no regrets." He's saying, "Have no regrets." All right?
No.
And
Okay.
your dad is lifting a glass to you. He's toasting you, sweet.
Thank
Okay?
you.
He's
Mhm.
just telling me to tell you there's a lot of love that comes from mum and dad to you.
Thank you.
All right, lovey?
Lovely.
I'll leave their love with you. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bless you, love. Bless you. And I hope your
Bless you.
arm gets a lot better for you. All right.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Bless you both, and bless you, Sue, and thank you for that. Maybe she'll listen to you rather than me. But
I don't
Won't
think
get
so.
you hurt.
yeah, it's lovely, and thank you for my little snippet from Nan as well. That was lovely. And in case anyone's watching who hasn't figured it out yet, this is my mother on the other side of the screen here. We've had cousin Leanne watching as well, so she was really nice. She stepped in, and then Nan appears, so she was quite chuffed with that as well too, and is having a bit of a laugh at the tattoo. I won't mention the fact that a few years later I had one for my 21st and didn't even get in trouble, but that's another story for another day. But thanks for coming on, Mum. And yes, I just seen you, and cousin Cheryl, she's on as well. There's Anne me, and cousin Cheryl's on watching, so she got a view of Nan coming. So she must have known that you both were going to be watching, look, so that she could come on and say hello to all of us, which is wonderful. And it's nice to hear about my uncle again, that none of us never knew about, because you're definitely not the first medium, and it was rumoured before we even knew what mediumship was. So that is just something special too. And knowing my siblings are all right and where they are is also something amazing too. Although they do twist my ear and the ears of members of our family, which is yet another story for another day. But thanks for that, Sue. And Mum, I will see you soon. Don't go anywhere.
Don't forget, you got to come for your hug.
I haven't forgotten, and I won't forget. I know there's more that I've got to come for as well, including prawns and a tin. But that's, you know, I haven't forgotten. I'll be there. I'll be there. See you in a bit. Wow, Sue, what a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you so much. That was just a stunning demonstration of mediumship. I know you don't like me blowing your trumpet, but I'm going to anyway, because what we were discussing at the beginning about proof of survival and never make an apology for mediumship, there were definitely no apologies there, just evidence, and I think it's brilliant. And I know that a certain young lady who's watching in the wings before we have our final reading of the evening from Alan will want to have a word or two as well. So, Reverend Lynn, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Well done, Sue. That was lovely, of course, as you know.
Thank you.
Because, you know, this is what we do, isn't it? We communicate between the two worlds. And when you see the love and the joy that is brought by that communication, there is no way that we can allow anybody to say either that it's not true, that it doesn't happen, or that we work for the devil. What I always say is that all these people that quote the devil at us seem to know a lot more about it than we do, because I've never met him, and they obviously have. And so, you know, as I said before, what we have to do is pray for them and their enlightenment. And maybe it would throw them a bit if we started quoting the Lord's Prayer back at them. You know.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Lynn. You know what he said to me? He said, God's number is in the Bible. And I said, what do you mean his number? He said, his telephone number is in the Bible. Look it up.
Really?
Yeah.
His God's telephone number. Well, the thing is this, that we have got God's number ourselves, because we understand now that there's this wirelessness, you know, we can just communicate through the ether, can't we? We've all got mobile phones, the internet and everything. We know that our telephone to God is our prayer. That is our telephone, and we don't need to know any number, because God is just there for all of us and for everybody. And the Holy Spirit is exactly that. You know, people talk about the Holy Spirit, but they don't really think about what it means. It means, you know, in spirit, you know, and that spirit is accessible to us in just the same way as if somebody picked up a phone and dialed a number or pressed a number. That shows how old I am, dialing a number. But God hears our communications, and, you know, everything takes place that we do under the auspices of the Great Spirit, who is called God by one lot of people, Allah by another, you know, all sorts of different names are given, but it's still the same one spirit. And I feel sorry for them that they know so much about the other side of life. We understand about darkness and the forces of evil. We see them and we fight them. We're workers for the light. And all these people who have a go at us and denigrate us and say that we work for the other side are actually talking out of their other sides. You know, this is a spiritual service. And, you know, and the other thing is that, you know, about that, you know, human beings, you know, see the most special parts of themselves and view them with dishonor. And they ought to be covered up. But in actual fact, you know, our functions are miraculous, you know, and all the bodily functions that we think, oh, that's a bit yucky. That's our life, and that's how we were made. And so we should respect ourselves for that. But I had to say that, having said that, they're talking out of their backsides, you know, because really, you know, we need to evacuate the rubbish that's in us, and they do that through that channel. And you could say it also comes out their mouth as well. You know, I am saying that. I say that in a spiritual way.
Of course.
And so many times, look, see this lovely thing. I was sent this by Suzanne Symes.
Oh, wow.
And I must say thank you to Suzanne. She's somebody who often, it's a butterfly, a little silver butterfly. And I thought, oh, I shall wear that tonight. And that's so beautiful. And I hope that that's a little special message for people. You know, this butterfly was once a creeping thing on the ground that people don't like very much, and eats all the flowers and the foliage. But it turns into this beautiful butterfly. So, you know, I think that's a message for everybody tonight. that little butterfly. And this is what we want to be, something nicer, something nicer. So I say God bless to everybody, and to welcome everybody who I know is watching our services. And it's marvellous that, you know, we have to look for the blessing in the curse. And we've been cursed by this dreadful pandemic, but there are blessings in it for so many people if you can only look at that. And one of them has been being able to have these online services which go on. All the churches have been able to do it. You know, it's just been wonderful. And I send my love and blessings to all the churches, whatever denomination they are. And I even send love and blessings to those who are not spiritualists, you know. And we just hope that people come to an understanding of our truths and our knowledge, because we only care about our fellow creatures, and we also, you know, care so much for the animal kingdom, and we want to respect all life and the planet itself, and that is what spiritualism is about. So there, I hope you've all enjoyed this evening, because I have very much. Thank you very much, Sue, and thank you very much, Reverend Nick, and everybody who's been a part of this service. And of course, without people watching, we'd just be talking to ourselves. So we should thank everybody for tuning in and taking part in this with us.
Bless you. Thank you, Lynn, for coming on. And once again, people are loving your terminology and turn on the dial. So thank you for that, and we'll see you for the closing prayer.
Well, I've changed many a nappy.
Yes, I can imagine. God bless you, my love. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, bless her heart. I love every minute is a joy with that lady around. Well, friends, we're going to have a closing prayer very, 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 very soon. But first of all, we've got a bit of an extra reading from, I believe did he say an 8-year-old? We're about to find out if I'm wrong. Alan, come on back, dear. Are you there?
Hi, yeah, I am, Nick. Yeah, lovely words, Reverend Lynn. Never a dull moment when that lady's around, that is for sure.
Oh, God,
yeah. Pure joy. Yes, this reading, which I will not be posting onto me, is by an 8-year-old child, so data protection and all that goes along with it. So I will crack on with it. And this really, really did bring me very emotional to think that an 8-year-old actually wrote these words. Peace will make the world free. Open our eyes and help us see. Wars and conflicts make people sad. Hurting others is really bad. Many kids live through an awful war. Their family ends up very poor. During war, they often lose, sometimes even their own shoes. Let's speak up and tell a friend. All these wars need to end. Peace begins when we care. Let's make this world truly fair. Thank you.
Out of the mouths of babes. Absolutely spot on. Wow.
Yeah, you know, that was just heart-wrenching when I first read that and saw that it was actually penned by an 8-year-old child. You know, we need more of them.
Yes, we do. Well, thank you. And I know you can't share it for data protection, but what I'll try and do is lift this part of the service off the main service as a single Diddy video that we can share with that disclaimer. So thank you for sharing it. And to whoever you are, that 8-year-old child, you're brilliant. Thank you, and God bless you. So thank you for sharing it, Alan.
Yeah, okay, thank you. The other reading will be up. I will be putting that on.
Fabulous. Thanks, mate. God bless you. We'll be bringing you back up in a minute. But for now, I want to say, Sue, thank you for a wonderful, wonderful evening. And thank you personally from me on behalf of my family who have all been watching as well. So that is truly amazing. God bless you, mate. And you know what? It's a family affair. So let's have everybody back up, because I've got a sneaking suspicion we will all want to say a thank you to the lovely Sue Breen.
Thank you.
There you go. See, I get one in there somehow.
Thank you, my love.
Well, friends, while we're all up here, let us join together as we say our closing prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends and join together under your banner of love and hope and friendship. I ask for a blessing to be placed on each person here present, on all the people watching right now and all the people who will be watching, to all the names for healing that have been called out, and to all those who have no voice to call out, we ask for them too, as your banner of love shines on each person and the friends and families that they represent. And so, Great Spirit, until we meet again, let everything we do be in the name of love, in the name of truth, and in the name of light. Amen.
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 Well, friends and everyone at home, thank you for watching as ever. You really do make it all something worthwhile. What are you pointing at, Lynn?
Tea bag.
Oh, a tea bag. Ah, yes.
Teabag.
It's that time of the evening where we all going to go away and put the kettle on and have a cup of tea. It looks like Mum's got a cup of tea, and it looks like Dad's got a smack round the ear hole coming. So, thank you for that, Father. But thank you all at home for watching and making it worthwhile, as Lynn said, coming together. Thank you to Sue Breen, our medium. Thank you to Alan for your reading. Thank you for Sam and Hannah and Bully for coming on and doing your turn. Thank you to Barry and Wendy and Mum for being our recipients. Thank you to Reverend Lynn, as ever, for coming on and sharing words. I know everyone's sending out their love and thoughts to you, Sue. I know that you're going to be at King's Lynn soon. I've got a funny feeling you'll be in Pastures Green in the not too distant future too. I have been working on it, guys. But from us all here now, to everyone at home watching, thank you. God bless you all. May the peace of the Great Spirit go with you all. And we will see you all next week. Good night. God bless. And keep the faith going. And remember, your faith is your shibboleth. And that's all you need. God bless all.
Bye.